Welcome back to Medicare Tales and Marshmallows, the only podcast where acronyms roast slower than the marshmallows and with more emotional damage. Tonight's topic, one that's made grown adults break into nervous sweat while holding government mail: enrollment periods. IEP, ICEP, AEP, SEP, GEP, it's like someone threw Scrabble tiles at a calendar. Here to talk us through his own time travel adventure through Medicare's wild timeline is Hank H., an avid crossword puzzle master who once delivered mail and now just tries to read it without developing high blood pressure. Hank, welcome.
Glad to be here, Kim, though I almost missed this appointment. Thought it was a special enrollment podcast.
I see what you did there, Hank. All joking aside, though, let's start where we all do, the IEP, Initial Enrollment Period. What was that like for you?
Confusing as heck. I turned 65 in April, but I didn't realize my enrollment window started 3 months before that. So there I was in January, ignoring mail like it was junk coupons, not realizing I was on a countdown.
So you missed it?
Almost. Thankfully, the IEP also runs through 3 months after I turned 65. And my neighbor's daughter, bless her savvy heart, said, "Hey, Hank, have you signed up for Medicare Part A and B yet?" I said, "Is that one of those plans that also covers Netflix?"
You're on a roll today, Hank. Glad you got your IEP done for Original Medicare. And did you also select your Medicare Advantage plan during that period?
I sure did. Same period, just a different acronym. ICEP for Initial Coverage Election Period. I think of that C as Part C Medicare Advantage.
Clever way of remembering. Okay, just looking at my notes here, next up is AEP, Annual Enrollment Period. Runs from October 15th to December 7th. That's the one where you can switch plans, right?
Right. You can sign up for Medicare Advantage, or switch to a different Medicare Advantage plan, or switch back to Original Medicare. I found out the hard way that you can also add, cancel, or change drug plans. Lots going on during AEP. They call it annual, but what they don't tell you is you'll get more marketing mail during that window than a toy store sends in December.
Then there's the GEP, General Enrollment Period, January 1 to March 31st, if you missed your initial enrollment, IEP. But coverage doesn't even start until July.
That's right. So if you miss the boat, they make you float around in a leaky canoe for half the year.
And then we have the SEP, Special Enrollment Period. Sounds especially generous.
Yeah, it sounds generous, but it's like a secret password club. Did you move, lose coverage, survive a hurricane while switching zip codes? If yes, congrats. You win a special window to make enrollment changes.
Otherwise,
you stare longingly at the locked enrollment door, like someone who showed up to brunch after closing.
Phew, that's a lot. Feels like we're still missing something, though.
Let's see. Oh yeah, there's also OEP, Open Enrollment Period. Nothing open about it though, as it's strictly only for those already on a Medicare Advantage plan and looking to make changes. If they missed annual enrollment, AEP, or have buyer's remorse for a plan they selected, they can do so from Jan 1 to March 31. Not confusing at all.
Nope. Okay, can we talk about the Part D drama?
Yeah, like I said earlier, learned that the hard way. I almost didn't get drug coverage. I thought, hey, I'm healthy as a horse, and I don't take prescription meds. Then I learned about the late enrollment penalty. That's when I discovered what a permanent regret fee could look like.
So what'd you do?
I enrolled in the cheapest plan just to dodge the penalty, like paying rent on a medicine cabinet I don't use yet.
So many dates, so many acronyms. What's your advice for someone trying to time it?
Get a calendar, then get a trusted agent or SHIP counselor, a strong cup of coffee, actually make that mini cups, and a backup calendar. Seriously, unless you live and breathe crossword puzzles like me, Just ignore all of this and work with a professional.
And what if someone just says, forget it, I'll deal with this later?
Then they'll end up paying a penalty, possibly without coverage, and wondering why the government is mad at them. Trust me, I know a few guys who are still arguing with the Social Security office on speakerphone.
So, Hank, looking back, anything you wish you knew before you embarked on this journey?
Yeah, I wish I got help from a professional earlier, and I wish I hadn't thrown away the Medicare and You booklet. Turns out the You was me.
Right. Oh, almost forgot. What about Medigap periods?
Stop right there. I didn't even look at Medigap or anything that needed additional premiums, so I can't help there.
Fair enough. We'll cover Medigap with a different guest. You have been a fountain of wisdom, Hank. Thanks so much for taking the time to share your experience with our listeners. There you have it, folks. If you're feeling confused, know that you're not alone. The acronyms may be many, but you've got this. Until next time, stay curious, stay covered, and whatever you do, read those Medicare enrollment notices when you receive them.